Alright, so imagine that you're climbing up a mountain. And as you climb up that mountain, it gets steeper and steeper and steeper. And to the point that you reach one point, it's almost vertical. And luckily for you, you reach into your pack and you have a couple of pickaxes, which you can use to continue scaling up the mountain. And right as you're going to do that, you take a look around you. And you notice other people that have the same objective as you. They're trying to climb up this mountain. Unfortunately for them though, they do not have the tools necessary to make this leg of the trip. So what do? Do you throw away your pickaxes and you go along with everyone else, perhaps find a detour, a much longer way up the mountain, or just stay there, or try to go back down? Or do you take the tools you have, pickaxes, and you continue on your journey? Well, the first option that was mentioned of just doing what everyone else is doing, what is the logic behind that? You have perfectly good tools in your hands. You have pickaxes. Why not use them? Why not make them part of your game plan in trying to reach your objective, achieve your goals? So since the first option is not very logical, of just throwing away the tools you can use to further your goals, the second option of using your tools so that you can reach your objectives, that is the more logical choice. And the other people that do not have the tools that you have, it's unfortunate, and sometimes life's just like that. Life's not fair. So a more abstract way you can say that is, before you can be selfless and give, you need to be selfish and know. And using another example to elaborate on that, say that this time, instead of being on a mountain, you're on a plane. On a plane, most of the times, the flight attendants will give you announcements before the plane takes off. They'll say things such as, please put on your seatbelt, keep your seat upright when we take off and land. Big one is, in case of an emergency and an oxygen mask drops down, please put on yours first before helping your child. The reason behind that is, if you are no longer able to breathe and you pass out, well, there will be no one there to help your child. So before you can be selfless and help your child, you have to be selfish and help yourself first. You have to take care of yourself first, lest you become a liability to everyone else. And this comes from Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So basically this outlines a pyramid. So at the bottom of the pyramid, you have food, shelter. These are things that everyone needs. You have to take care of that stuff on the bottom first, before you can move up a little bit higher to building a community, and even higher to finding a sense of fulfillment. You have to start building from the bottom first. So that's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and it applies to reaching our objectives as well. So if you're climbing up, you're going up a ladder, or you are climbing up the pyramid, or going on the path to success, if you find tools along the way that you can utilize to reach your objective, the logical thing to do is use it, even though it may seem that other people don't have the advantage you do, so you have an unfair advantage. There's no point of you being stuck with everyone else on the mountain so that you can all freeze when you can reach your objective. And perhaps other people, they may find something they can use along the way. But right now, you have something you can use. You have to help yourself first. Just like being on an airplane with a child. So oftentimes people don't want to. They feel guilty. They feel guilty about using this advantage that they have that other people don't, because of a sense of guilt, and that other people are judging them that they have an advantage they don't, and other people, they resent you for having an edge that most everyone does not. More on that a bit later. So this mentality of being guilty about having an advantage that other people don't, this is a reverse crabs in a bucket. People are not born carbon copies of one another. Some are born tall, some are short, some are wider, some are thinner, some are more skilled, less skilled in various talents, various skill sets. And that's just the way the world has been built. We were not built to be exact clones of one another. So it makes sense therefore that some people are able to utilize skills because of their winning of the lottery in that narrow path. A bit more concrete, we don't fault NBA players, for example, for using their height to play basketball at a very high level. No one guilts them for maximizing their potential. So why should it be different for anything else? If you have an advantage that you can use, why not use it? Because ultimately, life's not fair. Sometimes it throws curveballs at you, and once in a while, find a diamond in the rough, something you can utilize. So why not use it? You want to be an Olympic sprinter, but you're in a wheelchair. Well, tough luck. Maybe you have a lot of intelligence and you can utilize that to make something. So why not use it? And oftentimes people that they don't like you, they resent you for using these talents that you have, these innate gifts that you can utilize as tools to reach your objective. That other people resenting you, trying to pull you down, that crabs in the bucket mentality, it comes from the way our society has been built, the way it's been structured. So all of the nice things that we see around us, such as plastic bottles, we use plastic, or internet, electricity, roads, cars, all these came about because a group of people, set aside their differences and decide to work together to build something. And a byproduct of this crabs in the bucket, a byproduct of us coming together and building things is, people that want to drag you down. And they want to drag you down because they think that you are a threat to society, at least subconsciously. They think that what you're doing is not good for everyone else. Because they think it's not good for everyone else, they'll try to pull you back down. But don't think of it as you're trying to disrupt or hurt what has been built by everyone else. Think of it as you are pioneering something new, something that can be helpful to others. Someone has to invent it first before everyone can follow suit. So what I'm trying to say is, any advantage you find, you take it, you utilize it, and you milk the privileges. I don't know how this one turned out. I'm not really, this is Tulum. A lot of the people I interacted with here, I don't really feel like they're kind of rude here. I won't stereotype, maybe it's just the people that I've met so far. One thing that is true is there's a lot of mosquitoes here, which I am getting sick of. I'm wearing 2 of these, and they're still biting through it. Alright. God.